Hello, MF Kraven here, and welcome to Less Than 10 Minute Reviews, a YouTube series where I take a look at niche titles, hidden gems, and often overlooked games, tell you whether or not you should buy them in less than 10 minutes. So if that's the type of content that you like, consider subscribing and liking this video. Today I take a look at Risk of Rain Returns, a remastering and retweaked version of Risk of Rain, an action platformer with roguelike elements. Players will have to play their best to get as far as possible. Fight on a mysterious planet with random spawning enemies and bosses, either alone or up to with 3 friends in online co-op. One of my favorite games from 2013, but will the 2D version still hold up 10 years later, especially when Risk of Rain 2 has been out since 2020? Let's find out. Graphics, sound, and art style. Taking the beautiful pixel art / cel-shaded combination that comes together like an orgasm for the eye, it's safe to say I'm very much a fan of. And then you accompany it with a serene soundtrack, girthy sound effects for the weapons and damage inflicted. It's absolutely perfect. Gameplay. You immediately spawn into a world not known to you in a random location. There you must look for a portal that you can take to the next world, but not before defeating a random boss. And on to the next, and the next, and the next until you meet the antagonist of the game. But it's the journey, not the destination, that makes the repetitive formula in Risk of Rain not only rewarding, but fun. See, each survivor has 4 unique abilities / weapon that they can use on enemies. But the items you pick up affect the gameplay loop entirely, so if you're not a fan of RNG, you might already be tuning out. It's in these items that make your run that much easier or that much harder. Scattered around each map you play are vending machines, chests, and statues that you can buy with coins or sometimes with blood that will give you items or nothing at all. For example, you may pick up an item that will heal you if you hit an opponent, another one that speeds your character up, one makes fungi grow when you're standing still to heal you, one gives you the ability to jump twice, and yes, all of these items are stackable. So I've had a build that had me be able to jump 5 times up in the air, shoot random missiles every time I hurt an enemy, and anyone near me would take damage as an electric current ran through my body. There are over 130 items to pick up or use, giving you almost endless possibilities. There are 15 characters they call survivors available to pick from, 3 more than Risk of Rain the original, with most of them being locked but easily attainable through playing the game. A new game mode called Providence Trials where you can unlock abilities for your survivors, and the game also keeps extensive track of your stats. Price, $14.99 USD. How many hours estimated? I'm about 9 hours in and I haven't unlocked much. Getting reused to the controls, but honestly I see myself sinking at least 20 hours, maybe more if more friends get it. Is it playable on SteamDeck? Yes. Although the UI is way smaller, it's still very much enjoyable, and after playing for around 2 hours, my battery life was barely impacted playing it on it. Risk of Rain Returns takes it back to the 2D mechanic that plays like a platformer but with pizzazz. And yeah, I swore on my mama that I'd be done with platformers, yet here we are. Sorry mama. Risk of Rain Returns captures my imagination and frustration like Risk of Rain 2 just couldn't. And I really like the 3D iteration of Risk of Rain, but the rush of feeling invincible only to be humbled in the next level, searching through familiar looking stages with completely random drops. And when the stars align and I get a ton of my favorite power-ups, man, someone to call the police, cause it's criminal how much of a good time I'm having. Managing an escape plan that would have me circle back like a complete scumbag and getting those crits with the bandit to refresh my abilities. Ooh. I get all of that serotonin from this minimalist roguelike shooter platform. But then you add Providence Trials, which are challenges that can help you unlock abilities for your survivors. Changing up one of their abilities is refreshing fun. Normally I don't even bother with these minigame type of challenges, but the rewards were tempting. And it adds a gameplay element that sort of reminds me of Super Smash Bros. Levels. You know, the ones where you have to hit a certain amount of targets or go through a map as soon as possible. But fret not. If these challenges aren't your cup of tea, like they aren't usually mine, and you want to unlock the other abilities for your survivors, well, the devs also put in a feature that allows you to, for example, defeat a certain amount of enemies in a playthrough, or pass a certain amount of levels with a survivor to unlock those abilities. I really love that. Before finding out this remake was coming, I felt nostalgic and tried playing the OG with a friend online, only to just be frustrated trying to connect online because you have to have this like online LAN server to set up. We got tired of it, ended up playing D&D, Lords of Waterdeep or something. But now, it's a feature to play online and it's a breeze. and I love it. Based on everything I've been saying, as much praise as I give it, let me just warn you guys, this is one of the most difficult games I've ever played in my life. Maybe I'm masochistic, maybe John Cena's mantra of never give up has stuck with me, but I always go in for more. So if getting your ass handed to you by pixels isn't for you, skip it. For everyone else, it's a buy it now.